Today I will be taking on the Spot Test Challenge from Season 2, Episode 3. My name is Athena Mariah. I'm from California and I make slow art. Since I'm obsessed with the show, The Great Pottery Throw Down, in this series, I will try some of the same challenges and see if I would make the cut to be top potter. This is my Great Pottery Slowdown. This spot test is all about testing your skills with surface design. I will have 50 minutes to do an ancient technique called Ling, or the devil's work. This is where you pierce through the pottery to create a delicate pattern. The challenge is to do this technique on a leather hard clay and make a Japanese lantern. Okay, so I pre-made my Japanese lantern. I tried the best that I could. I tried with 6 pounds. It's not quite as tall as it looked in the show, but I did my best. So here's my lantern. I've got my tools. It's just basic tools. I tried using the same tools that they used in the video. I've got 50 minutes on the clock. On your mark. Get set, go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm gonna do is measure it with some paper. Let's see, maybe if I could trace the top. I don't know. I don't know if that is, no, I don't know if that's not gonna work. Maybe I'll just measure it this way. Like 5 1/4. So maybe I'll do that first. I was actually really excited to select this spot challenge. I feel like surface design is where I'm a little bit more comfortable as an artist. Doing technical things, especially on the potter's wheel, is really where I challenge. It's still where I feel like I'm a beginner. And surface design kind of goes into like my background of being an artist in painting and drawing, which I've been doing for a lot of years. So I'm able to incorporate all of those ideas and past kind of experiences and put that into my ceramic art. So anytime I get to do surface design, I get really excited about that. Okay, so I've kind of got it sectioned off, and then I'll just use my ruler to make some lines. So when I was thinking about what a Japanese lantern looked like, something I personally like just in my own style is symmetry. I like it when things kind of have a pattern that repeats. So I thought it would be really important before I started any sketching would be to actually draw out some symmetry lines on it to make sure that I could have repeated patterns that lined up correctly around the whole surface of it. Okay. And then maybe I'll make like a line in the middle. Picking a new challenge, something I've never done before, which is a lantern, where it's not just on the surface of the clay, but you're actually having to pierce all the way through it to get like an illuminated effect, is something I've never done before. So I was really excited to think about the different possibilities of how you could create pattern and then have it illuminated and make it look like a cool contrast. So I was really excited about this challenge. Okay, so there's some lines. I don't know. I think I might start, I have these little hole punchy thingies. I don't know. Oh, maybe I'll just make one right here. So when I was watching the show, I was just trying to see what tools they used. It looks like they used different types of knife tools, because I know one of the guys, I think it was Ryan, he didn't see that there was a scalpel tool, and he was just using one of the more blunt knives. And I know that that made it really challenging for him to have the crisp, clean lines. So I think I had an advantage because they're all my tools. So I knew that I had a sharp scalpel tool. And so that was really my main tool that I used, which is actually the main tool I use every day in my pottery studio. I could not live without that tool. So, and then I had those little hole punching tools. I have various sizes, and it looked like they were using something similar in the show. So I wanted to make sure I stayed true to the tools that they had on the show. Okay, now what else can I do? Maybe I'll use my pencil and like see if I could draw like a design or something. Thinking of designs that I typically do. So if I did that there, maybe I could repeat it every other one. So it seemed like when I was carving the top part of it, it's a little bit drier, which is normal when you're drawing clay. The top has more air getting to it, so it dries a little quicker than the bottom. So it seemed like when I was punching the hole tool through it, the top came out all right, but the closer I got to the bottom, it was really hard to get. It was just really wet. Really, that's what it comes down to. The clay was a little bit wet. So it made it really messy looking, which is so hard for me because I think when it comes to surface design, that's when my perfectionism kind of kicks in, and I just want it to look perfect. So it was really hard for me to go fast and just be like, okay, just keep going, keep going. I'm hoping if I could cut all the design out and then I could have a little bit of time to do cleanup work, because it's looking pretty ragged right now. So in my head, I think right away when I recognized how wet the clay was and how sloppy it was looking, I made a mental note that I needed to save time at the end to have cleanup work. So in a way, I kind of wanted to make sure that there was a symmetrical design, that there was coverage all the way around, but there would be a point where I needed to stop and say, okay, I'm done carving, I have to clean it up. And I was really hoping to have at least 5 to 10 minutes to do that so that I could go all the way around and go on the inside, because the inside was a hot mess. It was really, really crumbly and lumpy. If I was presenting it to judges, I mean, that's something that people look at. If you have a cool design, but it's really sloppy, I mean, do you really have a finished product? It's amazing how quick time goes by when you're being timed by something. It looks so sloppy. I would never, ever do something this sloppy. But I'm just trying to get it done to where at least it's symmetrical. Well, I'm really glad they gave 50 minutes. I think that that was a fair challenge because it still put a lot of pressure, but it really did give you enough time to map out a design and get all the way around it. Now, if I was doing this on my own, it probably would have taken me 4 hours because I would have made sure the bottom was leather hard, and I would be cleaning it up as I go, and I would be making sure everything was measured and perfect. But with 50 minutes, it's actually surprising how much you could get done in 50 minutes. So I'm glad that I had that amount of time. Of course, I could always use more time. Okay, I've got 11 minutes. Let's see what I've got. Maybe, I think that looks good. I think that looks good. I think I'm just gonna clean it up now because my rim is all messed up. I think when the end countdown, I actually felt a lot more calm this challenge than I have in some of the other challenges, because I really felt like I was able to kind of pace myself in my head and know, okay, at this point, I need to stop with my design and finish with the cleanup work. And I kind of feel like with some of the other challenges, I never even got to that point. I was still just trying to do the task, and I never really had that like last 5 minutes to just kind of let my heart rate go down and just try to clean things up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, all right. That's it. That is it. I got it done. Okay, so would I win this challenge? I'm not sure. It is kind of sloppy, but the winner of this challenge was James, and he did a really strong design. His design was really cool. And the bottom person on the challenge was Coit, and her lantern, she cut a little bit too much out, and so her walls were just not very stable, and it wouldn't really leave a lot of room for illumination. So I think it'll be fun to actually put a candle in here and light it up and see how it looks illuminated. So please let me know what you think. Would I have been one of the top potters when it comes to this challenge? Do you think I would have been #1? I don't think I would have been last because it is standing, and yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. So you let me know in the comments what you think as far as where I would have placed in this challenge. Thank you for watching my little show. Please be sure to subscribe so that you could catch the next episode. Also, stop by my website, hardshellslimysnail.com, to see what goodies I have for sale. And if you happen to have $2 to spare, please stop by my Patreon page and become a part of the Hard Shell Slimy Snail Club. And you might win some free stuff. All the links are listed below. Bye!